welcome to stampingcatcrew.com. I am actually preparing for our state fair, and I always have a booth there, and we are allowed to do make and takes for kids. So I always try to come up with some very simple, fun project that would be good. I actually usually try to incorporate it as a treat holder for the kids, but this year I'm just going to give away the treats. So I wanted to show what I came up with. I wanted to play a little bit with the Botanical Bliss set. So this is the stamp set that goes with that, and then it has the die cuts that create these super, super fun. And I've already run them through the die cut. I'm going to grab my brush here so you can actually see. I've run them through the die cut, but I have not used the little brush to open them up. So they come with these super fun toppers. So I thought bookmark, but the other thing that I loved was that it would make this super little sweet note card or a little gift card. So easy to do. And then with the envelope punch board at home, you would have the option of making an envelope that went with that, or you could even create it as a 3x3 layered on and use the envelopes. So I used some of the bigger size and medium size little rhinestones for those, and then just some sponge daubers. So I'm going to show actually what I did, because I wanted to do, like I said, really quick and easy for the fair. So I'm going to set each part aside as I use my little die brush. And anytime you have like a really fine detail thinlet, this little brush here is a little miracle worker. So kind of awesome in that respect. Here's the full set of the die cut elements right here as a bundle with the Botanical Bliss set. I did not do any stamping. I will have a couple colors there. They can if they want to, but since we have so many little kids come through the fair, especially on Family Day and Kids Day, I try to keep it very simple and make it really successful for them. So get rid of my little bits. And then this is our starting point here. So this is actually how I pack up a bin to go somewhere. I've got some of our adhesive dots. I've got my little rhinestones. I've got some twine. The one stamp that I did use, a dauber for some green and some yellow, which I thought would be good for all three of the die cut elements. Then I have some of the mini silver sequin trim, and then just a regular hole punch there. And then I've got some 5.5 by 2 inch on the crumb cake, 5.5 by 2 inch on the white, and then a 2 3/4 by 2 inch on the crumb cake. So I'm gonna take out 2 of those and 1 of these, and this is what gives that backing some support, but also it gives it that other color behind it so that it can pop up and it matched the linen thread and was something that would be quick and easy to do. So we'll do the bookmark first. Super easy. I'm going to grab some scratch paper here. Okay. I always keep just some, my daughter's in school, so I always have some of this school paper around, and it's usually what I end up doing for just some scratch paper around. I'm going to open up both of the inks and maybe do the daubering at the same time. So I know the birds can be yellow, and just doing it on the corner, and it's okay if it gets off the edge on the other parts around, because it's not meant to be an exact. It can look a little watercolored, a little water washed. So just using a bit of the green around, and I'm going to use a little bit on the bottom here so that it has more of a sponge, but right after I put ink on, I'm going right to the leaves. So that's one of them. And then I'm going to speed up through the other two. Okay, so all done with the inks. So I'm just going to show you how I assembled. Because there was already a score line from the top part of the die cut, I actually loved that because it gave me a point to add some embellishment. So for each of the ones that we're going to do, we know that we started with a 5.5 piece. Let's see if we can move this up here. 5.5 piece of cardstock. So if I go to the 2 3/4 inch mark from the inside, and I'm just going to do a score line right there, that's going to bring the edge right to the end there. And then I'm going to grab the bone folder, which gives you a nice crisp edge on here. And then I've pre-cut these, so I'm just going to flip this open, and I've got my snail adhesive. I'm going to add this right to the inside, line up my edges, and fold that closed. And then the reason that I had this little tool was just to take a little snip out of each end, and you don't have to do that, but I liked the finished look of it. I'm going to take 11 inches of my twine here. And then oftentimes bows are just a matter of playing with the ends to bring them into position. And I know that I want the top here and the bottom nicely down here. And that's it. So I'm just going to grab my snips and snip the end off. And then the final part is just a little rhinestone jewel. Here, and I just have it kind of offset on the end. And then I wanted to add a little fun for the kids, so a little bit of bling. So all I did was take a tiny piece, and I'm going to trim the end off of this. And any kind of glue dot that you have, when I have a tiny piece like this, I'll often take a glue dot off of the end, and I'm going to put it right on the back, and then I'm just going to kind of fold it in half. And then I'm going to tuck it right underneath the edge of the bow. Right there. And then we want the edge to come down right to the end. And that's it. So super quick, easy. You can take a little bit of your fine tip glue to put that edge down if you want to, but basically I did exactly the same thing for both cards here. And then for the bookmark, what I did, I took that bigger piece of 2 inch by the 5.5 inch, and I attached the whole thing to the back to give it a little bit more support. And then I'm going to do the 2 ends right here, and I'm going to do the same twine effect with the little rhinestone and the mini sequin trim. So these are the 3 that I came up with for that quick and easy make and take, and hopefully you find those fun and get inspired. Thanks so much for stopping by today. Happy creating.